Okay, good morning. Welcome back. So this morning for our practice, we're going to take the next step in the conversation on Drthi, which is a Sanskrit word that means having perseverance, patience, fortitude, specifically being steadfast when we're facing challenges, adversities, diversions, intrusions. You can think of it a little bit like if you were in a parade and you're required to sort of walk in this parade carrying some dignity or integrity or compassion or representing something. You're an ambassador of yoga and you're in this parade, and yet there are these distractions, intrusions, diversions, things to look at, things to take your attention away, but you're going to maintain your steadfast commitment. And then especially if the parade starts having more adversity, like the road becomes rough or uncertain, or the weather becomes inclement, or you start finding yourself having judgment or distractions, all those things. Okay, so this is called Drthi, and it means to be steady when facing those kinds of adversities or diversions. So let's take a comfortable seat. We'll get started. Please rest your hands in your lap. You're welcome to close your eyes if you like. And say good morning to your yoga practice and to your yoga community also. When you arrive and you're kind of greeting yourself here, if you drop your attention down to the base, to the root chakra, you can just kind of ask, what is your level of well-being? Do you feel grounded enough or present enough? Just enough well-being to be here, for example. And how might that contribute to your sense of Drthi? And what do you have to increase to support your fortitude or your stamina? Allow your breathing to drop down into the pelvic bowl so you can sense the arrival of the breath, because the pelvis opens itself to receive the breath. So thoughtfully. And then please raise your hands to your heart. Come into Anjali Mudra. And we'll chant this morning Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu. Let's begin. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Saviryam Haravai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidveshavai. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidveshavai Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidveshavai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. With your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart and release your hands. So I'd like to practice first in a little pranayama sequence, and I do want to include some of the ways we were working with the eyes yesterday. There's a long history of yoga for the eyes and how the eyes can help speak to the brain also. So we're going to be doing some things where your head is stable, but you're moving the eyes, and then we'll also move the head and the eyes. And some of this will be familiar from the weekend. Some will pick up as familiar from other practices that you've had with me. So start with your hands out over your knees. Come into your Ujjayi breath. And start to balance your inhale with your exhale. You can picture the Ujjayi breath as kind of an ambassador for your attention to come in to the present moment. And let the Ujjayi gently guide your awareness to be more and more focused, so that if you were in a parade, you would not be distracted by the diversions. As you next inhale, turn your gaze to the right. Exhale your gaze to center. Inhale, gaze to your left with the eyes closed and your head centered. Exhale, eyes to center. And then again, inhale, gaze to your right with both eyes. Exhale, return to center. So when you're gazing in one direction, notice the opposite eye. So inhale left and give some attention to your right eye. And exhale your gaze back to center. Reach your left hand up to the back of your head, please. As you inhale, rotate your head to your right. Then exhale, turn your eyes further to the right than your head is able to go, keeping the eyes closed. Inhale, open your left arm, palm face up. Exhale, return your hand to the back of your head. And inhale, rotate to center. Okay, raise your right hand to the back of your head. Inhale, twist to your left. Your hand is not pushing your head forward. Exhale, take the eyes left further than your nose can go. Inhale, open your right arm. Exhale, return your hand to your head. Inhale to center. Okay, interlace your fingers. Raise the heels of your hands up towards the ceiling. Okay, exhale, lower your hands down behind your head. Place the pinkies at the base of your skull so your palms are facing down. And then inhale, sweep the elbows in and raise your head up. Exhale, level that off, make the elbows wide. Now inhale, twist to your right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, twist left. Exhale, back to center. Now this time as you inhale and you twist to your right, bring the left elbow forward, raise your right elbow up, and then exhale, take the eyes further to the right than your nose can go. And then inhale, return to center. Now exhale, rotate to your left. Inhale, your eyes left further than the nose can go. And then inhale, return to center. Exhale, let's push up and reach up. Inhale, open the arms wide. You can keep the eyes closed. And exhale, return your hands to your heart. Okay, now opening the eyes, inhale, aim your arms forward, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, open both arms and follow your right thumb with your eyes. Inhale, come forward, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, open to your left. Inhale, gaze forward as the thumbs meet. Exhale to your fingertips without moving your head, look down. And then inhale, raise up. Look up. And exhale, sweep the arms wide, close your eyes, bring your hands behind the small of your back and interlace your fingers. Sweep the arms back strongly, open the chest and shoulders. With your head level, inhale, gaze up without opening the eyes. Exhale, gaze down without moving your head. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, relax. Place your hands in your lap, palms face down. Now bring the back of your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. If this is a big reach for you because it's your first twist of the morning, then cross your ankles to Sukhasana because your seat's going to be more narrow this way. And then the back of the left hand may fit more easily on the outside of your right thigh. Secure your left hand with your right. Sit up tall. So you're going to reach up in spite of this compression here. Reach up and rotate to your right. While you continue to twist to your right, keep the back of your left hand firm. Wrap your right arm around the small of your back. As you inhale, gaze to the right a little further than your nose can go. And exhale, unwind, come around to face forward. Switch your ankles. Take the back of the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. You can at first secure it, so you're going to press down and then raise up. So you might feel some of the scalene stretching or some in the upper chest there. So raise up, rotate to your left. You're keeping the right hand fixed, wrap your left arm around the small of your back. And as you're twisting to your left, keep the spine tall. And with your inhale, gaze left farther than your nose can go. And then exhale, come around to face forward. Now come into steadiness. So let's put the left heel on the inside and the right heel on the outside. So left heel, right heel. And then hopefully the back of your left hand comes more easily across. So as you reach across, we do want there to be compression. Your arm is putting some pressure on the abdomen or the rib cage. You can secure your left hand with your right, lift up, rotate to your right. And then begin adding a side bend to your left. And do your best to keep gazing to the right. So the twist of the spine right now is mid-belly, chest, heart, shoulders, and head to the right. Now keeping your left hand fixed, inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. As you're reaching through the right arm, rotate your chest and heart to your right and take your gaze farther to the right than your nose can go with the eyes closed. And then exhale, raise up to your right side, and return to center. And you might feel like the body is lopsided. That's okay. And let's put the right foot on the inside. And then bring the back of your right hand around the outside of your left thigh. And as you do that, secure your left hand on your right wrist for support. Raise up through the torso, twist to your left. Side bend to your right. Now keeping the right wrist firm, raise your left arm past your left ear. Rotate your eyes to the left. And then rise up to the left side. Release your left arm, rotate back to center. And let's pause and just feel, what would your quality of steadiness or perseverance or fortitude feel like now? Please come. We're going to come up to standing. You will need a couple blankets for class today and also a chair. Let me just get my hair off my face to the best of my ability here. Okay. These blankets that we're going to use later, I have mine folded at the ready for the long, narrow fold. You can set them aside for right now. Bring your 2 blocks to the front of your yoga mat. Let's come to Uttanasana, standing forward bend. And when you come into the standing forward bend, if your hamstrings are tight, of course, bend your knees, give yourself the grace of kindness to the legs. Relax the weight of your torso and your head. See if you might notice, because of what we were doing, is there any sense for you right now of greater energy in the head, neck, or shoulders? What is your sense of where the blood supply is right now and what's happening as you do the forward bend? Shift your hands to your hips. Please rise up to standing. Reach back and interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulders open. As you squeeze your arms back, lift the heart up. Lift the base of your skull. And keeping your body centered, rotate only your head to your right. Keep the left shoulder back. Exhale your head to center and rotate only your head to your left. Draw the right shoulder back. And exhale to center. And make a little standing back bend. Lift up through your heart. Keep the legs very steady. Both feet stable. The leg muscles should feel toned. And then exhale, release, and join your hands at your heart. Okay, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, left toes back. Inhale to rise. Exhale, descend. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the shape of seal pose. And then inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Left foot forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, descend. Inhale, forward. Exhale, downward and inward. Inhale, rising upwards. Exhale to center. Continuing. Inhale. Chair pose. Rise up. Uttanasana. Slide forward. Left foot back. Rising. Descend. Plank. Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Palakasana, plank pose. Step over the tops of your feet. And then Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Plank. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Rise, crescent. Descend. Inhale forward. Exhale downward and inward. Rising up. To the heart. Continuing. Chair pose. Maintain the steadiness of the breath. Rising up. So Drthi means steadiness or perseverance. Exhale, Uttanasana. Slide forward. Left toes back. Rising. Then plank. Dog. Plank. Step over the feet. Upward dog. Plank. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Rising. Forward. Downward and inward. Rising. And to the heart. Stand really still. Take a wide stance in Prasarita. Put the blocks aside. You're going to need your hands to be stable on the floor. Okay, so with the wide stance, walk your hands forward. Come into the balance of inhale and exhale. And as you maintain that sense of balance, place your left palm flat down when it's forward. As possible, based on your hamstrings, place it flat down. Wrap your right arm around the small of your back and twist to your right. Roll the right shoulder back. You have very little leverage here, but stay with where you can find the strength. Press your left hand down. Roll the left tricep down towards the floor. The left shoulder blade goes wide around the back of the body. Left rib cage comes down towards the floor as you're twisting. And then exhale, place your right hand where your left hand is and wrap your left arm around the small of your back and twist to your left. That's where you find the strength, and there's internal leverage, even if you don't have external leverage so much. And then exhale, return your left hand to be out next to your right hand. Place them so they're shoulder width apart. Now let's walk both hands to the right and place your left hand. So you're going to stretch it out from the left hip and sideways. Draw the left hip back and energize your left leg from your hip to your heel. Now pivot both heels to your left. So on the toes, pivot your heels to your left. You might notice the left calf muscle. Maybe that gets a little bit of stretch. And then keeping your left palm firm and your mind steady, we're going to shift forward onto the left arm and hand and step the right foot to meet the left foot in squatting like this. And come down. So you have your knees pointing up, cross your right arm over your left knee. As you're twisting to your left, roll the left shoulder back and look down. Now press into your left hand, return your right hand to the floor, step the left foot back. Pivot your heels to center. Keep the hands where they are. You should feel the left side of the waist again. And then walk your hands to center. So the feet are parallel now. The hands are centered. And then walk your hands to your left. Place the right hand firmly and draw your right hip back. So the right side waist gets longer, more spacious. Pivot both of your feet to the right. Now keeping your right hand firm, we're going to come forward so your body weight goes into your right arm. Pick up your right foot and step over towards your left foot and come down so that it's kind of like squatting, but knees point up towards the ceiling. Cross your left elbow over your right knee, and as you twist to the right, gaze down. And place your left hand where it was. Pick up your hips and step your right foot back. And then pivot the feet to be parallel. Walk your hands to the left still. and feel into the right side waist. Oh, you're okay over there, honey. That's all right. Don't chew the cables, please. And then walk your hands to center. Okay, walk your hands back to your hips, please, and rise up to standing. And let's go heel toe to center. Okay, so there's something to coordinate there, right? And in some cases, you may not have a sense of where we're going. I'm just going to move these blankets because they're in my way at the moment. Put them here for now. So in that transition, in that little variation or adventure, if your mind is like, wait a minute, then you know that kind of like walking in a parade, the distractions, the diversions are there. So trying to keep the breath steady, trying to keep the process where inhale is equal to exhale, even when you're facing the unknown or the improvisational. Okay, so we're going to add to that little sequence. So take a wide stance, please. Come down, reach forward. Pivot both feet to your left. Now this time, keep the left hand where it is, straight ahead. Press into your left palm. Raise your right arm, wrap it around the small of your back. And then see if you can put your body weight into your left arm. Step your left foot over next to your right. And as you're coming down, you've got the right shoulder back behind you. Roll the left shoulder back. So you're making a little back bend of it first. Then raise the right arm up. Cross it over. And twist to your left. Look down and back towards your left hand. Maintain the steadiness of the breath. Roll the left shoulder back, be determined there. And then as you exhale, pick up your hips a couple inches, place your right hand with your left and step the left foot back under and return to Prasarita Padottanasana. And then pivot both feet to your right so the heels go sideways. You might feel like the left hamstring a little bit more or the right outer thigh a little bit. Put your body weight into your right arm. Wrap your left arm around the small of your back. Of course, you can always use your left hand. It's yours. I'm making just a suggestion. So come forward onto your right shoulder. Step the right foot next to the left. Rotate down. Touch your hips down. Roll the right shoulder back. Come into your little back bend mode. Raise the left arm up. Keep rolling the right shoulder back, and especially as you then twist your left arm across your right knee, gaze down towards your right hand. And you can check in with your personal sort of quality of steadiness, patience, fortitude. And then roll your left hand back to meet your right. Pick up the hips a couple inches, left hand down, right foot under, Prasarita Padottanasana. Then bring your hands back to your hips. Rise up to standing. And let's go heel toe, heel toe, heel toe into mountain pose. Let's take the 2 blankets, please. You can't chew the cables, you guys. No, no. No chewing. No, no. Thank you. There's plenty of things to do, but chewing tables is not one of them. So stack your 2 blankets. Please stack them firmly. And then lie on your back so your shoulder blades are on the blankets. And please hold your head. Okay. So what we're going to be doing, you're going to hold your head here because in a moment you're going to have the hand behind your shoulder blade. So if you take, let's do the left arm first. Take the left arm overhead, bend your elbow, pick up, and then place your left hand under. So it's going to be held down by your shoulder blade. And then hold your left elbow with your right hand. Okay, so where my hand is, here's the left hand. So it's sandwiched between the blanket and the shoulder blade. Lean back over the blanket. You can close the eyes. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so with the hips centered, start lengthening your left thigh towards its own knee. Notice that your right hip will start dropping back towards the floor. It's a subtle inner change. The left knee will appear to be forward of the right knee. Keep reaching the left thigh forward. The right hip will get heavier. And then take the right knee out to the side, down to the floor. Reach the left thigh forward, forward, and slide the left knee down to the right. Lengthen your left knee towards your right. Perhaps it's going to make it, and they'll be equal over there. And then roll your legs back to center. Okay, and let's pick up the hips, the head, and change your hands. That all starts with an H. Anybody else with a brain injury knows that the words start with the same letter. Okay, pick up your head and switch your hands. Okay, left hand over on the right elbow. Lean back over the blankets. Make the hips level for right now. And then begin to stretch your right thigh deliberately forward. Reach from your hip through your thigh towards your knee. And as the right knee goes forward, the left knee will end up dropping back slightly because your left hip's going to get heavier. Then open the left knee out to the side and begin to take the right knee over. Maybe the right knee is going to meet up with the left knee. Roll your knees back to center using the inner belly. Okay, and then raise your head. This time I know I'm saying the right word. And come over the blankets backwards. Watch out for hair ties and so on. Come over the blankets backwards, and if possible, you can place your arms in Cactus Pose. Let the throat open. We should feel it's comfortable to have the throat open, and the head could even roll side to side without crunchy sounds. Okay, lengthen both legs out, stretch both arms overhead, and then roll to your side. And rise up. Let's bring the chair onto the mat, please. Okay, so those are some variations, right? You don't always know where you're going. And keeping that in mind, let it be an adventure, because I'm likely to continue doing that this week. I think steadiness when facing adversity, we don't have that much adversity on the yoga mat. I hope you don't have adversity on the yoga mat. So I get to give you some uncertainty, and lots of us find uncertainty uncomfortable. We can feel the adversity of that. So let's take the blankets, please, and fold them like this. This is called the storage fold because that's the size of the shelf over there. You can call it what you want to. Make these two edges of the blanket firm. And again, watch out for hair clips and hair ties. Take a seat on your chair facing the upper back of the chair. So you're gonna straddle it. And then bring the legs up over the upper back of the chair. And when you're sliding down, watch out for pulling your hair. Now I'm doing this easily because I've been doing it for a long time with you guys, and I've done it, of course, before that. Let me say a couple things. The blanket should be firm, the shoulders should be well supported, and where I end up on the chair, I feel like my pelvis is comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's a too firm edge, but some people find that it is, and that's a good reason to put padding between the sacrum and the chair. The height of the blanket is going to matter. So is your shoulder flexibility. So is the height of the seat of the chair. So all those considerations, we then come into supported candlestick pose, or supported shoulder stand, it's sometimes called. Root your shoulders down towards the blankets. Roll your chest and heart up towards the ceiling. Close the eyes and relax your eyes. Such an overall tonifying pose for your health. It helps to balance the Vata dosha, so we're going to feel less ungrounded or anxious. It provides lymph drainage, so it's going to help the Kapha dosha to move better. Nourishing for the thyroid, pituitary, and pineal glands. Allow your body and gravity to work together here. Just about one more minute. Bend your knees, touch your feet to the upper back of the chair. Place your feet down to the seat of the chair. Watch out for pulling your hair. So when you place your hands just past your head on the floor, don't have your hair stuck there. You're going to slide yourself down backwards. Tip the chair with your toes and support your knees. Take the arms out to the side. I like for my sacrum to be at the edge of the blankets right there, so there's just a really gentle cascade off of the blankets towards the torso. And once you come down, I'm going to ask you to keep the eyes closed, eyelids closed. But as you inhale, gaze inside to your right. And then left. Gaze up towards the eyebrows. Down towards your cheekbones. Center. Let's do that again. Inhale, gaze left. Go right. Down, cheekbones. Eyebrows. Center. As if the space between the eyebrows was noon and the tip of the nose is 6. Move the eyes to 2 p.m., 8 p.m., 3 p.m., 10 p.m., 5 p.m., noon, center. Let's then get heavy over the eyes. Just a warm, soothing, like draping, as if pulling the curtains at nighttime. Smooth out your forehead and come into Shavasana. Shavasana practice trusting your body. It will know what to do. So too, your brain is also trustworthy. Relax your senses and the dust bunnies of the mind. Allow every part of you to relax. Everything to be deeply relaxed, not only the body and not only the mind, all of your senses, the inner organs, even the spaces in the body may feel quiet and tranquil. Please continue resting. Allow the mind and the body together to support each other in resting. There's a deep inner quiet. The recalibration that is happening right now. Let the rest go a few degrees deeper for this last minute. Please gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Transition from Shavasana back to your seat. We're going to come to a period of time for meditation now. Your seat and find the place where you're most comfortable. Your hips can feel stable, the foundation secure. Rise up to your seat. Explore the possibility that there is an internal stillness in the mind and even a sense of homeostasis between the hemispheres of the brain. Mind stay quiet and centered. You may have a natural inclination to rest your gaze near to the sixth chakra or slightly upward in that direction. Stay with the possibility of that inner stillness. Let yourself steep in it like steeping tea. And the stillness that you're connecting to becoming more abiding and more memorable for the day that lies ahead. Here. Very much, everyone. Namaste. Stop the recording so we can be together.